Imagine growing up dirt poor. Your mom dies when you're young, your dad abandons you, and you end up in an orphanage run by nuns. You have nothing. No money, no connections, no family. Most people would think, I guess this is my life. But what if I told you that this orphan girl didn't just survive? She went on to build one of the most iconic fashion brands in the world. A brand so legendary that a single bottle of perfume sells every 30 seconds and has for almost 100 years? Her name was Coco Chanel, and before she became a fashion icon, she was a nobody. But she had vision, guts, and an absolute refusal to follow the rules. She freed women from corsets. She made the little black dress iconic. She turned costume jewelry into high fashion. And she proved that you don't need to come from money to build an empire. You just need to believe in yourself and create something the world has never seen. Today, Lily and I are breaking down the incredible story of Coco Chanel and brainstorming a business idea you can start inspired by her revolutionary spirit. Point. This is Tallie Talks. Let's start this show.
She's got a mind, she's got a spark, lighting up dreams from dawn to dark. Tallie Talks, yeah, she's the voice, asking the questions, making the choice. Young hustlers rising, stories to tell, big ideas where passions dwell. Pull up a chair, grab your seat, let's talk the hustle, let's feel the beat. Tallie Talks, yeah, Tallie Talks, turning whispers into walk, dreaming big, take the shot. This is the place where dreams get called. Tallie Talks, oh, Tallie Talks, Tallie Talks. Ooh, yeah.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to Season 2 of Tallie Talks. I'm Tallie Pennyworth, and wow, we are 3 episodes in, and this season just keeps getting better.
Right? Last week we talked about Walt Disney, the man who was told he had no imagination and then created Mickey Mouse and Disneyland.
And we learned that failure is just part of the journey, and that attention to detail creates magic. So Lily, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so excited about today's episode. Coco Chanel is an absolute legend.
She really is. Okay, quick question before we dive in. Do you have a signature style? Like something you always wear?
Ooh, good question. I'm definitely a blazer girl. I feel powerful in a good blazer.
I love that. I'm all about comfortable but cute. Like, if I can't move in it, I'm not wearing it. Give me sneakers and a good jacket any day.
That's so on brand for you.
Thanks. Okay, so Coco Chanel. Most people know her name. Chanel is like the luxury brand. But her story? It's wild.
It's incredible. Because Coco didn't start with anything, she literally built her empire from scratch in a time when women weren't even supposed to run businesses.
Let's get into it.
So Coco Chanel was born in 1883 in France. Her real name was Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel. Her family was extremely poor. Her mother was a laundry woman, her father was a street vendor, and they moved around constantly trying to make ends meet.
So she grew up with basically nothing.
Right. And when Coco was 11 years old, her mother died. And her father? He abandoned her and her siblings. Just left them.
Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking.
Coco and her sisters were sent to an orphanage run by nuns. She spent the rest of her childhood there, 6 years in this strict, gray religious environment. But here's the thing. That's where she learned to sew.
Oh, so that's where it started.
Exactly. The nuns taught the girls sewing and needlework so they could eventually get jobs, and Coco became really good at it. When she turned 18, she left the orphanage and got a job at a tailor shop, sewing and fixing clothes.
So she's working, making a little money, but she's still basically nobody.
Right. And here's where it gets interesting. At night, Coco would sing at cafes to make extra money. She wasn't a great singer, but she had presence. And that's where she got the nickname Coco, supposedly from a song she used to perform.
I love that she was hustling, working all day, performing at night, just trying to make something of herself.
Exactly. And while she was performing, she met some wealthy men who became her patrons. One of them, a guy named Etienne Balsan, let her live at his estate and introduced her to high society.
So she got her foot in the door.
Yes. And this is where Coco started observing fashion. The wealthy women she met wore these elaborate, uncomfortable outfits. Tight corsets, huge hats with feathers, layers and layers of fabric. Coco thought it was ridiculous.
Okay, I'm with her on that.
She started making her own hats, simple, elegant designs, nothing like the overblown styles everyone else was wearing. And people noticed. They started asking, "Where did you get that hat?"
That's how it started, with hats?
With hats. In 1910, when Coco was 27, she convinced another wealthy friend, Arthur Boy Capel, to help her open a small hat shop in Paris. She called it Chanel Modes.
Okay, so she opens this hat shop. What happens next?
The hats were a hit. Coco's designs were simple, chic, and modern, totally different from everything else out there. Women loved them. Within a few years, she had enough success to expand into clothing.
And this is where she really starts to change fashion, right?
Yes, Coco had this radical idea. She thought women's fashion should be comfortable and practical. Remember, this was the 1910s and 1920s. Women were still wearing corsets that literally squeezed their organs. Dresses were heavy, restrictive, and hard to move in.
That sounds miserable.
It was. So Coco started designing clothes using jersey fabric, which was usually used for men's underwear.
Wait, what?
Yeah, nobody used jersey for women's fashion because it was considered too plain, too casual, but Coco loved it because it was soft, it stretched, it moved with your body. She made simple, elegant dresses and suits out of jersey, and women went crazy for them.
So she literally freed women from corsets.
Exactly. She also popularized pants for women, which was scandalous at the time. She borrowed from menswear, blazers, simple lines, neutral colors. Her philosophy was, luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury.
I love that quote.
Me too. And then in 1926, she created what might be her most iconic design, the little black dress.
The LBD.
Yes, before Coco, black was only worn for mourning. It was associated with death and funerals. But Coco made a simple, elegant black dress and said, "This is chic. This is timeless. Every woman should own one."
And now the little black dress is like the classic wardrobe staple.
Exactly. Vogue called it Chanel's Ford, like the Model T car, because it was elegant, accessible, and revolutionary.
Okay, so Coco is changing fashion with her designs. But there's more, right? Didn't she create Chanel No. 5?
Yes, in 1921, Coco wanted to create a signature perfume. Most perfumes at the time were single flower scents, rose, jasmine, violet. But Coco wanted something modern and complex.
So what did she do?
She worked with a perfumer and created a blend of over 80 different ingredients. It was unlike anything that existed, and she named it simply Number 5, because it was the 5th sample she tested, and 5 was her lucky number.
So straightforward.
Right? And Chanel No. 5 became the best-selling perfume in history. Like you said, a bottle sells every 30 seconds. It's been worn by everyone from Marilyn Monroe to celebrities today.
That's incredible.
And here's another genius move. Coco invented costume jewelry.
Wait, what? Like fake jewelry?
Yes. Before Coco, if you wore jewelry, it had to be real. Real diamonds, real pearls, real gold. Anything fake was considered tacky. But Coco said, why? Jewelry should be beautiful, not about showing off wealth. So she started making bold, beautiful jewelry with fake pearls and stones, and she wore it herself.
And people followed her lead.
Exactly. Suddenly, costume jewelry became fashionable. She completely changed the rules.
So she revolutionized dresses, perfume, and jewelry. Wow.
She did. By the 1930s, Coco Chanel was one of the most famous designers in the world. She dressed royalty, movie stars, and wealthy women across Europe and America. She had built an empire from nothing. Coco Chanel died in 1971, but the Chanel brand is more powerful than ever. It's worth over $15 billion. The fashion house still follows her design principles: elegance, simplicity, comfort, timelessness.
And the iconic Chanel look, the tweed jacket, the quilted handbag with the chain strap, the double C logo, those are all her ideas.
Exactly. And here's what I love most about Coco. She didn't just create fashion, she created a philosophy. She believed women should be free, independent, and comfortable in their own skin. She once said, "A girl should be two things, who and what she wants."
That's such a powerful message.
It is. And remember, she came from nothing. An orphan with no education, no connections, no money. But she had vision, confidence, and the courage to break every rule in the book.
That's inspiring.
And she proved that you don't have to follow the trends, you can create them.
Okay, quick reminder. If you're loving season 2 of Tallie Talks, you need to check out my co-host Lily's other podcast, Blueprints of Power. Lily, Jack, and Charlie sit down and break down the greatest empires in history. The Romans, the Mongols, the Ottomans, and make it super fun and fascinating. The entire first season is available right now on YouTube, and honestly, it's addictive. It's like hanging out with friends who happen to know everything about world history. So go subscribe, watch the episodes, and tell them Tallie sent you. That's Blueprints of Power on YouTube. Go check it out. All right, we're back. So Lily, what's the big lesson from Coco Chanel's story?
The lesson is your background doesn't determine your future. Your vision does. Coco came from poverty and abandonment, but she didn't let that define her. She decided who she wanted to be and built that life for herself.
So it's like where you start doesn't matter as much as where you're determined to go.
Exactly. And here's the other lesson. Don't be afraid to break the rules. Coco used jersey fabric when nobody else did. She made black dresses when everyone said you can't. She created fake jewelry when people said it was tacky. She didn't ask for permission, she just did it.
So innovation comes from challenging what everyone else thinks is normal.
Yes. And one more thing, create something timeless, not trendy. Coco's designs from 100 years ago are still elegant today. She didn't chase fads, she created classics. That's why her brand has lasted so long.
I love that. So, your past doesn't limit your future. Break the rules and challenge conventions. And build something timeless, not just trendy.
Perfect.
All right, time for the kid business brainstorm. What business can kids start inspired by Coco Chanel's story?
Okay, so Coco was all about personal style, right? She helped women express themselves through fashion. So what if kids started a custom accessory design business?
Oh, I love this. Tell me more.
So think about it. Accessories are huge. Jewelry, hair accessories, pins, patches, keychains, phone charms. Kids are always looking for ways to express their personality and stand out. What if you created custom, one-of-a-kind accessories?
Yes. And you don't need expensive materials to start. You could use beads, fabric, clay, buttons, ribbon, stuff you can get at any craft store.
Exactly. You could make friendship bracelets with custom color combinations and letter beads with names or words, or beaded necklaces and earrings, or scrunchies and hair clips with fun fabrics.
Ooh, or custom enamel-style pins using shrink plastic. You can draw designs, shrink them in the oven, and add pin backs. Or keychains with clay charms, like little animals, foods, or initials.
Yes. And here's the thing. You could offer both ready-made pieces and custom orders, so people could buy what you've already made, or they could commission something specific.
I love that. Like, tell me your favorite colors and your vibe, and I'll design something just for you.
Exactly. And you could have different price points. Simple friendship bracelets for $5, more elaborate beaded necklaces for $15, custom commissioned pieces for $20 to $30.
And here's what Coco would love about this. You're helping people express their individual style. You're not just copying what everyone else is doing. You're creating unique pieces.
Right. And you could develop signature styles, just like Coco had her signature looks. Maybe you become known for geometric patterns or nature-inspired designs or bold color combinations.
Ooh, and you could package them beautifully. Remember, Coco understood that presentation matters. You could put jewelry in little boxes or pouches, tie them with ribbon, include a card with your logo.
Yes, the unboxing experience matters. It makes people feel like they're getting something special, not just buying something cheap.
And where would you sell these?
School craft fairs, local markets, online through Etsy or Instagram, pop-up shops at community events. You could even partner with local boutiques and see if they'll carry your pieces on consignment.
And you could do jewelry parties, like host a small event where friends come over and you help them design their own custom pieces, and they pay for materials plus your design fee.
That's brilliant. It's experiential, it's social, and it's a great way to get customers.
Okay, so what would kids learn from this business?
Design skills, craftsmanship, pricing and cost management, marketing, customer service, and developing a signature style. Plus, they'd learn to take feedback and improve their work, just like Coco did.
And they'd learn that you don't need expensive materials to create something valuable. It's about the creativity and craftsmanship you put into it.
Exactly. Just like Coco used jersey fabric, something simple and cheap, and turned it into high fashion.
I love this idea. So the business is Custom Accessory Design. Make unique handmade jewelry and accessories. Develop your signature style. Package beautifully, and help people express themselves.
And remember Coco's lesson, create something timeless, not just trendy. Make pieces that people will want to keep and wear again and again.
Perfect. Okay, who's going to start the custom accessory design business? Send us pictures of what you make. All right, everyone, that's episode 3 of season 2. We explored Coco Chanel's incredible journey, from orphan to fashion icon, from nobody to one of the most influential designers in history.
Lesson: your background doesn't determine your future. Break the rules, challenge conventions, and create something timeless.
And our kid business idea, custom accessory design. Create unique, handmade jewelry and accessories that help people express their personal style.
Next week, we're talking about Elon Musk, the entrepreneur who's revolutionizing electric cars, private space travel, and literally wants to make humans a multi-planetary species.
That one's going to be wild. I can't wait. Thanks for being here, Lily.
Always a pleasure, Tallie.
And thank you for listening. If you loved this episode, share it, rate it, review it, and send us your business ideas and questions. We love hearing from you.
Because your style matters. Your voice matters.
See you next time on Tallie Talks. Peace out.